Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Shred Shed. Now, again, we're going to have another look at another guitar, so let's sit back in your seat and let's get right to it. Okay, so the guitar I'm holding now is a Music Man Subaxis AX3. Now, this is a really great guitar. I got this new in about 2018, so I've had it a couple of years. It's a really lovely guitar. It's made of J-Bon, which I've never heard of before. Unfortunately, the back's painted so you can't see the grain. And we have a figured maple top here, although I think this is a veneer, but I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt and say it's a top. And then we have a maple fretboard, and then we also have a maple neck, on which we have the Music Man elliptical neck carve, which is really great. Unfortunately, you can't really see it from this angle, but it's really good. So basically what it is that it's sort of following the contour of your hand. So it's really cool. So basically, if your hand's like this, the thick part of the neck is up here with your thumb, and then it gradually gets thinner as you go. So it's quite comfortable actually, despite any reservations. It was quite difficult at first to get used to, but now I'm used to it, it's fine, you know. Honestly, it just takes a couple of seconds to get used to which guitar I'm using, and then it's alright. But yeah, so it's fairly simple, this guitar. Obviously we've got a tremolo here. This is just a Music Man tremolo. It's 2-point tremolo as well, so it's really nice. And then we also have on here the controls. So we have master volume, master tone, and then we have a 5-way selector for this guitar, which is very interesting for a 2-pickup guitar. So essentially, I'll go through it quickly. So here we're on the bridge pickup. So we'll hear the bridge pickup. So then what we do is if we go to position 2, that's now the inner coils of the pickups. So we'll hear that. So you can see it's a little bit of a sort of an out of phasey sound, which is quite cool. Then if we go in the middle, it's just both pickups together like a Les Paul. So then we're on to position 4. Now this is essentially putting this neck humbucker, the 2 coils, into series. Now what this is doing essentially is making it sort of be more of a single coil sound rather than a humbucker. So here we go. So we have that, and then if we switch to position 5, it's just the neck humbucker. So that's that. So now what we'll do is we'll have a little listen to this in Reaper and go through some more tones. So Now what we'll do is we'll take a quick listen to the guitar in Reaper. So the first one we'll look at is the orange amp again. So here we have the Cypress TT15. So here we go. So I think that's got quite a nice sound to it actually. So then if we quickly go through and we'll have a little go through the other pickups. So here is position 2, which is the 2 inner coils. Which I think is pretty good actually, considering that this patch is fairly high, well it's gainy. So having it sound that clean is quite good, because this is the bridge pickup. So you can see the gain comes back as soon as we switch it, which is really nice. Then the middle position, so it gives a more rounded tone. And then position 4, so we've got the sort of single coil on the neck. So a little bit of cleaner sound again, and then obviously in the neck position if you want to do any solos. Anyway, so that's that one. So we'll try a different one. So we'll go back to the 5150 now. Again, we're using the 5150 with the NAD IR cab sim here. So it sounds like this. So it's got that slightly lower end to it. So that's that one. And then if we go to position 2, so it's still gainy though because of the amp, but it's not as gainy. So then we have the middle. So it has a really nice sustain, that. And then we have position 5 with the split position. So and then obviously position 5. So if we do any solos. So that's pretty good. So we'll try a different one. So now what we're going to use is we're going to use a Mesa Boogie plug-in here. So this amp sim is called a Pulin Lecto, which is by Lipu Plugins. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but thank you very much. So, and we're also going into the NAD IR cab sim again. So this is essentially a dual rectifier clone. So here we go with the bridge pickup. So yeah, that's really good. It's not as high gain as the 5150, but I quite like it because it's got a little bit of articulation in there. So then we're going into position 2. So and then the middle position. So and then position 4, so the single coil. And then position 5 for solos. So that's really cool. I like that. So lastly, what I'll show you is we'll go back to the Fender amp here. So this is still the soft amp FM25. Now, because what I like to use with this guitar is I like to use it for playing any jazz things I have to play, just because it's only 2 pickups, there's a lot more room to get my hand in there. So for example, if we start going like this, so we can do this. It sounds really nice, and it's a lot easier for me to get around on this. So if we start going through this as well, so we can have this on. So I really like that. I think that's really nice. But it shows how versatile this guitar is, the fact that you can go from the clean on the Fender to the extreme gain of the 5150 on it, and it's going to sound good. So that's really good. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. Please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you next time, everyone.